guess that's his flaw. Soul is so dense he cannot see Lily's feelings for him. Aura, you are one to talk. I shrugged, not wishing to say anything Lily didn't want me to say. Could be anything, Soul. Hope she's fine. By the way, here, for you, my lady. Thanks. I accepted the rose, like a normal person, and stayed there and didn't panic. So what's up with the roses? Gotta put them inside Gold's room. Roses are always her favorite. Seeing that wistful smile on Soul's face told me how much he missed his little sister. I squeezed my locket for comfort. Really need to figure out how to break this friggin' curse. Get out of here, got a job to do. Gotta go be part of capitalism somewhere. Another day had arrived, but nothing changed. Dion seemed to evaporate whenever chores needed to be done, and today, Miss Maria was particularly frustrated over it. After she fired off a lecture at Lily and Royal for allowing such behavior, I volunteered to go find him, if only to restore some peace to the household. However, finding him was easier said than done. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 frickin' rooms in this house. Maybe 6. There could be 6. I've checked every room I passed, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I shuddered at the thought of returning Miss Maria without him. As I roamed the halls, I noticed that the door to Soul's workroom was ajar. That's weird, I thought it was a door, but how could it also be ajar? It seemed unlikely that Dion was in there, but I had to check for my own safety. I peeked in. And Soul's in there. Soul? Get a pillow. What's wrong with you? Go to bed. I almost knocked but stopped my hand just when I saw Soul asleep on his desk. There were papers scattered beneath his hands and on the floor. They seemed to be sketches and pattern designs. There were a few mannequins standing like soldiers along the walls and wearing unfinished clothes. One wore an unfinished white dress. The honesty of his workplace brought a warm smile. This is the real Soul. I can feel it in my chest. I snuck into the room admiring the skill and beauty of the sketches I avoided stepping upon. I froze. I looked over at him, waiting until I was sure he was still asleep. I couldn't deny he had lovely features. I blushed at the thought, realizing I'd been staring in my efforts to be sure I could escape unnoticed. But before I could dwell on it, Soul spoke. Aw, this is a really cute pose. I like all of this happening. The posing here is real strong. Oh, it's a cup of coffee with a drop left in it. I see. Sorry. I narrowed my eyes at him in confusion. He seemed to be asleep, but all of a sudden the calm in his expression contorted that of pain. The pain! It hurts! I promised to do better, so please, no. Beads of sweat rolled down his forehead as he continued to cry out in his sleep. Soul! Afraid of what kind of nightmare could torture him like that, I shook his shoulder. Soul, wake up! His eyes shot open and he flung himself away from his desk. What a cut! Cut to the open scene. Now on the ground, trembling upon his knees, Soul gazed up at me with a terrified expression. He was ghostly pale, and there were tears in his eyes. They were the eyes of a child after seeing a monster. I knelt down and embraced him. There, Soul. It's all just a dream. Just a horrible nightmare, and it's over now. You're with me now. Lady Aura? I reached up and stroked his hair, resting my cheek upon his head. Don't worry, you're safe now. It's kind of a character jump. Guess she's totally fine with a whole lot of physical contact right now. This is really intimate. Soul didn't answer with words. His arms came up and gently held me back. Startled that I'd turned this into a hug, tried to let him go, but he clung to me. I wasn't ready for this kind of commitment. Hugs now. Hugs, I say. Soul? What? It's me, I know. Not yet. I know it's inappropriate, but can we stay like this a little longer, please? I didn't have the locked heart in me to reject him. In the end, never found Dion. Maybe he was gone. Couldn't help thinking he really did have the ability to evaporate. He must be in a secret room. I finished cooking dinner, then went to help Lily set the table. Soul stepped in the dining room looking frightfully exhausted. Prince Soul, you do not look so good. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm just tired. I didn't want to say anything. All that hugging really exhausted him. After seeing him so tormented in his sleep, I was really worried about him. It must have shown on my face because he walked to my side and placed a hand on my head. His fingers slipped into my hair when his hand moved. Don't worry. I blanked at the sensation of Soul's hand and his reassuring statement, completely unprepared for it. And then he leaned closer to whisper in my ear. Thank you for earlier. Oh, the warmth of his breath clung to my skin. Oh, whoa! Thinking about how close his lips were to my ear, I felt my heart beat double its pace. All I could do was nod as heat spread across my cheeks. Suddenly remembering that we weren't alone, I shifted my gaze to Lily. The shock on her face was not a secret. Oh shoot! Oh no! I stepped away from Soul, hoping my reaction didn't seem too unnatural. Oh, but it did. Soul's cheeks instantly darkened and he withdrew his hand back to his side. Sorry. An awkward silence filled the room. Sorry I was kind of a dick. Hadn't expected Soul to do something like that with Lily standing nearby. It caught me so unaware that I couldn't think of a casual way to spin it. Soul, what the hell? Like a saving grace. Dion sauntered into the room, whistling a small tune. I could have kissed him for such a perfect timing. Dion! What's up? We were looking all over for you. Where have you been? Offering a shrug and a smirk, Dion dismissed my question. Secrets. I cited his answer, but it did no good. Dion shifted his attention across the room, no doubt sensing the tension I'd failed to disperse. He raised a brow when his eyes fell back on me. What did I miss? I glanced at Lily and immediately felt a pang in my chest. She didn't lift her head. Nothing. Since you're here, I'll just go ahead and finish dinner. Awkward couldn't even describe the strained smile I forced onto my face before I escaped to the kitchen. But even as I disappeared into the other room, I still felt the heat of Soul's gaze on the back of my neck. I know he watched me as I left, and I liked it. Touching my fingertips over my lips, I closed my eyes, tried to make my heart slow down. Ooh. Ooh. Locked hearts up in here. Please don't tell me I actually fell in love with the prince. Oh, she did. Oh, she fell in love. There's another title card to prove it. That love is locked. Hearts are locked right now. Barely slept that night, fussing and worrying about this love triangle I'd foolishly stumbled into. I had to stop these feelings before their roots reached too far into my heart to weed out. Lily said she wouldn't be upset since we're friends. But I still didn't think it was fair that I pursue these feelings when I know how much she liked Soul. But I did not know what to do about this. Lily openly told me she wasn't going to confess her feelings. It'd be wrong of me to tell Soul how she feels. And Soul is probably too dense to notice on his own. I sighed, wandering the hallways, which I'd been doing since breakfast. Wondering, this route really puts Aura in a powerful situation. I'm really enjoying it. Just want to put that out there. Aura's like on top of her game right now. Does not give any flying craps to the subtleties of dating. She is in hardcore date mode. Oh, Lady Aura. A startled voice yanked me from my thoughts. I jumped away from Soul, who was walking down the hall in the opposite direction. Funny that you were walking here. I don't know how we bumped into each other in the one hallway in our only house. The only place we're allowed to go because we're trapped here, like house arrest. A deep blush spread across his cheeks. My apologies, you seemed so deep in thought. Do you have a problem? Yeah, that other chick here, she's my problem. We need to get rid of her. Lily's gotta go. Lily's gotta make like a tree and leaf. I tilted my head to the side, confused by Soul's shaken demeanor. He always seemed so calm and collected about everything. It was unnerving, because the shyer he behaved, the more anxious I felt. Things were changing too quickly for me to keep up. Shaking my head a little to get my mind on track, I looked up at Soul. I'm just wondering, like, hypotheticals here. Have you ever fallen in love before? So what do you think of Lily? No, we're dating sim. We're dating here. We don't talk, don't even make mention of other women in this dude's life. Let's talk about falling in love. Do you think a soldier could fall in love on the battlefield? My question caught Soul a little bit off balance. He boggled at me a moment, jade eyes wide with shock. I'm so glad that we get a green-eyed prince. I'm like, good, mwah. A perfect green-eyed prince. You were deep in thought because of that? I shrugged, a little embarrassed or by how amused he was. Ask question. Answer it. Just saying. He tipped his head away, hand still near his mouth. His blush had receded, but a dusting of pink remained. Actually, I have. Really? I stared at him with deep curiosity welling up. Yes. It was 7 years ago when Father brought me with him to the city for the first time. And I was in awe, seeing so many amazing things, but only one caught my attention. I urged him to continue, excited as I watched the sparkles in his eyes seem to dance all around him. So beautiful, I can remember it almost like it was yesterday. My first anime body pillow. He closed his eyes and placed his hand on his breastbone. His smile completed his dreamy state. For the first time in forever, I had this fluttery feeling in my chest. I may not have felt it before, but I'm sure it was love at first sight. So, what was this person like? Person? Who said anything about a person? Soul opened his eyes, staring at me as if I'd gone mad. I was talking about this beautiful dress. It was displayed in a tailor shop window in the big city. Beautiful. You would not even know this kind of beauty. I gaped at him, lips parted in shock. For a moment I thought Soul was the best actor on earth, but his genuine aura told me he was serious. You fell in love. I fell in love with the dress. I fell in love at once and almost completely. I really thought it was the best. Saying it slower did not make the idea sound any less strange. Soul didn't seem to notice, his smile unwavering. Indeed. Poor Lily. To think that her true rivals are actually dresses. How could she compete with that? Ooh. Aura Borealis here, hun. I don't think you're really getting the idea here. But we did get our boy to talk about what he loves, and I think that's a step in the right direction. Better than talking about Lily. Oof. Oof. Trying to return to my original objective of disengaging from this love triangle, I went for a more direct question. How about a person? Let's talk about people. I'm a people person, and you are a person, people. And let's do this. Have you liked a girl before? Soul didn't answer at first, his cheeks suddenly red. I mean, or a boy? Either way? When he turned his face away, I saw the elegant angles his jaw created, making my heart spiral out of control. I know Soul is attractive, but why am I only reacting now? I do not act like myself whenever I'm with you. I was so distracted with my excited heartbeat that I missed Soul's reply. Oh, that's really sweet. He was murmuring something, but I couldn't quite understand it. What did you say? Tell me again in slow motion. Nothing! An awkward silence drifted between us. Soul appeared thoughtful about something, and I was suddenly too nervous to ask what. The truth is, I don't know what it feels like to be in love. He shifted his gaze back to me, the red on his cheeks seeming to deepen. I resisted the urge to look down, struggling to maintain my composure and not to assume anything. This is when, like, Papa Bear, like, jumps out of the shower and is like, "Hey guys, what's going on? You guys falling in love in this corner or something? Don't mind me. Just cleaning my body." Though perhaps I have already fallen for someone. Soft sigh followed Soul's confession, making it hard to figure out what the hell he meant. Who the hell are you talking about? Who is it? Soul gazed at me a moment, his eyes glistening like the mid-afternoon sun streaming in from the window. Oh, hey dude. Didn't realize how hot my cheeks were until Soul's cool fingers brushed against them, moving a stray lock of hair behind my ear. Now we're gonna get into some hot and heavy stuff here. But it's still weird that this guy's got my name. I'm gonna make out with myself. But if I were blonde,